During testimony leaked last week, Sean Hannity, we've learned during testimony in the Dominion voting machine defamation suit, Hannity was asked point blank if he believed what he said. Did you or did you not believe that the Democratic Party was silencing whistleblowers who could expose Dominion voting machine irregularities that favored Joe Biden? Did you believe that? Under oath, Sean Hannity answered, and I quote, "I did not believe it for 1 second," unquote. Sean Hannity was asked, you kept repeating that Dominion voting machines had been hacked to favor Joe Biden. Did you believe that? And Sean Hannity answered, quote, "I did not believe it for 1 second." Be nice to have Fox News anchors deliver the news under oath, wouldn't it? I think it would look a little different. I think it would be a little different. There is the truth, and then there is what is said on conservative media like Fox News. Lawyers for Dominion voting machines are making the case publicly that depositions taken from Fox News employees like Tucker Carlson, these depositions reveal that practically nobody working for Fox News ever believed voting machines had been hacked in 2020. And yet, Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, along with several other high-profile Fox News personalities, continued, up until litigation began, to repeat this baseless claim as fact. Lawyers for Dominion voting are now saying that when asked under oath, not a single Fox News employee could present a single shred of evidence that the Dominion voting machines had been hacked or that votes had been altered in any way to favor Joe Biden. And yet Fox News continued to repeat that lie over and over and over, right up until the defamation lawsuit was filed. Which is why, according to the Poynter Institute, poll after poll shows that to this day, nearly 70% of all Republican voters still believe Joe Biden is an illegitimate president who stole the presidency from Donald Trump. And bold lies result in bold acts, like storming the Capitol on January 6th, and that was the entire purpose. That was the entire purpose of those lies. They knew those lies would never hold up in court. Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump, they knew, but they knew it would animate the mob. Dominion is suing Fox for defamation. They're suing Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell for defamation. But the big lie that the election was stolen is still very much alive. And as we read and digest the January 6th committee's official 8-chapter report on what really happened leading up and during the insurrection, leading up to and during the insurrection, we are learning just how close America came on January 6th to witnessing a bloodbath, a real bloodbath, a bloodbath that Donald Trump not only orchestrated starting before the election, a bloodbath that he was disappointed didn't go far enough. And it was all lies that they knew were lies. Everyone was in on it. Everyone was in on it. They all lied to the mob. More lies than George Santos could have ever imagined, and way more dangerous lies. Trump, Fox News, Sean Hannity, and pretty much the entire Republican Party lies with abandon because they assume they will never get caught. Chief of Staff Mark Meadows had an assistant whose name is Cassidy Hutchinson. And when she was brought before the January 6th committee, she, unlike Mark Meadows, had the courage to obey the subpoena. CNN reports, I'm sure you all have read this, that Cassidy Hutchinson was initially provided an attorney by Donald Trump. That attorney's name is Stefan Passantino, who previously worked in the Trump administration as their ethics attorney. Ethics. CNN is reporting, and I'm sure you've all read this, that Stefan Passantino, the lawyer provided by Donald Trump before Cassidy Hutchinson was going to testify before the January 6th committee, lawyer Stefan Passantino advised Cassidy Hutchinson to lie before the January 6th committee, say things like, I can't recall. I saw things, but I can't remember. This was the free legal advice Donald Trump down in Mar-a-Lago was providing to his former employees. This was the free lawyer that he offered to Cassidy Hutchinson. By the way, those lawyers that Donald Trump provides, they're all paid for by his super PACs. When you donate to a Trump super PAC, you are essentially paying his legal fees as well as legal fees for any Trump subordinate who will refuse to cooperate with the January 6th committee or the Justice Department. Okay? Now, in the committee's final report, they say their work was hindered by the Trump administration illegally engaging in witness tampering. This is beyond anything we saw during Watergate. Before testifying before the January 6th committee, multiple witnesses said they received calls from Trump and his associates advising them to remain silent. This is Gambino family stuff. The report says the Justice Department is now aware of Donald Trump's attempts to tamper with witnesses' testimony. There are roughly 2.5 million Americans behind bars tonight. Most of them never had a trial. Most of them are poor. And so they plead guilty for a lighter sentence. They don't get a trial. The wrong people are in jail tonight. I'm pretty certain we could empty out pretty much all of our prisons and safely fill them with the real criminals, not the stick-up artists on the street, but the people who mug us every day on Wall Street, stealing our jobs, our pensions, our homes, our health care, our education, and our democracy. We need to lock up the people who own our judges, our Justice Department, our government, and both political parties. George Santos isn't the liar. He's not the scandal. The scandal is Donald Trump still walking free. Why?